Would you are you scared about that
No,
bucket
mate.
list? Does that scare you
What to have a family? No, that's
to
something.
to get married and have children? Like, does that
Not
scare
at all,
you
mate.
in terms of like, do
I,
you
I,
doubt that will happen?
I run a marathon.
Wow,
Um,
wow.
yeah. Like I'm
I
just.
don't, I do
Like
not want
what?
to ever do
I
that.
just think if there are any females out there, I am single. No, we'll get rid of that. But no, my bucket list is
That's definitely staying in the pod.
yeah, no, I know, mate.
There is, I do believe that there is no rush in life. You know, you shouldn't be. I know everyone says life is short, but it really isn't. Like, make sure you do them. Make sure you set out a plan to do them, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to get them done within a certain amount of time. And welcome to another edition of Chat's All About It podcast. We are still in lockdown, and we are also looking at our bucket list today.
We are. It'll be interesting because this isn't actually something that we've discussed very often ever with each other. So it'd be interesting to find out what is on each other's bucket list.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I guess you have a bucket list in your head. I don't actually have. I have for this podcast wrote out a list of things that I would like to achieve, and it's also quite sort of a daunting thing to think of. Like, what have I achieved in life? Have I, if someone walked up to you and said, "What have you achieved in life?" You'd shit yourself, right?
Yeah, like, I wouldn't know what to say. Like, I'd be like on the spot, Sam, what have you done with your life? I'd be like, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that obviously, like, the only things I can think of the top of my head, I was lucky and blessed enough to save up enough money to buy a flat with my partner. Like, that would definitely be something that would have been on my bucket list, like to buy a property, to get on the property ladder. I guess, like, also driving a car, learning to drive a car was a massive for me, like, in my life anyway. Like, I was the first one in college out of everyone I knew to actually drive a car, which was quite cool. Like, rocking up in Epping Forest College car park in a dodgy old Citroen C1, blasting out Rick Ross,
we
Lil
definitely
Wayne.
we definitely took advantage of that, mate.
Yeah, yes, definitely. All right then. Is there anything that you, Sam, have achieved that would have been on your bucket list?
I'd say.
Sorry to put that on you.
I mean, like I said, the response is like, I don't really know what the response is. I'd say, like, in terms of something that maybe I struggled with when I was younger, is the fact that I'm just in terms of like my personal development is my confidence, because I wasn't that much of a confident child. Let's say I used to go up and talk to people, whatever. But now, if you throw me in any kind of situation mentally, like I'm kind of there, like I can kind of put my mind to it and be like, do you know what? I can have a go at that. Like, I don't know if that's like a bucket list sort of thing, but it's like in terms of my inner confidence is something that I've definitely worked on and kind of achieved as I've got older, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can roll with that. So let me start off with my bucket list.
Go on, mate.
So I would love to watch NBA, but actually be in a stadium watching live American basketball. Only because I've heard it is actually over there. It is the most popular live sport to watch, and I love watching live sport. Like, it brings me over to my second thing on my bucket list, was to watch Arsenal in the Champions League in another country.
Just get
that
to
would
the
be
Champions
great.
League first.
Yeah, we have to get into the Champions League first for that to happen. We'll see when that ever happens. It might be on my list for a while.
Fingers crossed,
And I've got 4 more left. So one of them, own my own company. I'd love for one day to be my own boss and own my own company. You know,
what would you do?
What would I do? I'd like it to be something creative. Like, if it's something, i.e. this podcast or a YouTube channel or something where I can constantly be creative. That's what I'd love. And then the other 3, I guess you could sort of say that I'm a bit of a cop off, because they're sort of like a bit cheesy. So well, not cheesy. I'll be quite proud
Go on.
to get married. That is definitely.
You're halfway there.
I'm halfway there. Yes, we have a date, so that's happening.
Very good.
To have a child and maybe, if I'm lucky, children.
Pushing a boat out.
That would be very scary to see several versions of me
God.
in one room.
Oh dear.
It'd be dangerous.
Feel sorry for Soph. She's got to do a one already.
Yeah.
Mental.
Exactly. Well, I'm actually firing through these bucket lists, by the way.
No, it's cool. Like, we can. I think it's good if you say what they are, and then we can talk about them in a bit more depth, mate.
Yeah.
You know, maybe when you set out to achieve them, like what have you got a period of time in when you want to achieve it?
Yeah. I mean, I know some of these might sound silly and might sound really minor, because I mean the last one's going to blow your mind, Sam.
Go on, blow my mind.
I would like to save the money and, as a family, little Derby family, go to Disneyland.
That's good. Have you ever been to Disneyland?
I have been to. Is it Disney World, the one in Paris?
No, that's Disneyland Paris is I'd say the copper, the big version.
It is. Yeah,
and then the one in
it's
America
like
is Disney World.
It's like 1/8 of the American one. From what I've heard.
The American one is mental, mate. But that's a good aspiration though, because it's also you want to be a provider and you want to be the one who does all that for your family.
Well, also actually, it does tie in to my childhood, because I never, as a kid, went to Disneyland. And don't get me wrong, our family holidays were great. They were really amazing. I just feel like that was the one holiday we missed out on doing. And since going, I only went to the Disneyland Paris, not last December, the December before, and it was just recent. It was unreal. Yeah, I loved Disneyland Paris. I never thought it'd be so easy as well. I mean, we went there on a train, and it's literally such a smooth journey, it's weird really, because I never really felt like I was in France at all until I had the unfortunate event of listening to Frozen Let It Go in French.
Oh dear. Do you want to give us a rendition? I'll let you sing on the pod for one time only.
I'm not allowed to sing, I'm afraid.
No. This is you get a free pass. Go on. Give me your French Let It Go.
No, I'll pass on this.
No, okay.
And I just thought every little detail in that place is just, there's nothing that comes close. Even standing in queues is fun. Weird.
You are weird. Standing in a queue is fun.
Because what I mean is that there's things going on whilst you're in the queue. There's things going on which entertain you. There's either someone in a costume running around having a laugh, or there's something to watch on a screen, or there's something going on. There's some of the walls moving or something like that. There's
right.
Yeah, I know. It sounds mental, doesn't it?
It's just. I mean, obviously you're very easily entertained, mate. Obviously, a wall moving is
yeah, very entertaining. Yes, very funny, Samuel.
But fair enough. I mean, I've been fortunate enough when I was younger to go to Disney, but I went when I was 20. Maybe sounds a little bit sad to go by myself, but I went when I was 21, 22.
Pathetic.
And thank you very much. And no, it was good fun, mate, because I feel like when I was younger, I might have had the restriction of my family saying, "Oh, we can't go here, we can't go there," and I just thought, you know what, I can do what I want, go to all the parks, mate. But so I wouldn't say that's on my bucket list. Mine is I've got a couple of the same. So get married and have a family were on mine as well. But I think that they probably are quite generic ones. I don't know if that may be on everyone's. Mine
are you scared about that bucket list? Does that scare you?
What, to have a family? No, that's
to get married and have children. Does that scare you in terms of do you doubt that will happen?
I don't doubt it will happen at all, mate. It's all in time. What will be. Yet to.
But that's good. No, that's good. The only reason I asked you that question is because I think a lot of people live in that fear that they think I'll be living on my own.
No.
Or. No, well, that's good. And that's sort of me checking in with you live.
Thank you, mate.
On the Chat All About It podcast.
Thank you very much. there are any females out there. I am single. No, we'll get rid of that. But no, my bucket list is
That's definitely staying in the pod.
Yeah, no, I know, mate. So mine's a little bit different. There is one thing that we have discussed, which I'm surprised wasn't on your overall bucket list. Which obviously, you know, we trialed out the football corner. Maybe wasn't the most popular thing in the world, but I want to do like a football world tour. And I think this is something we've discussed briefly. So
yes, yeah. Well, I guess it sort of ties into the Arsenal one for me. Like,
yeah.
To actually, yeah, but I think there is something quite special about European football in terms of what Sam wants to do. It's exactly what I want to do. In fact, it should have been on my list, as you say. Go on, Sam. I'll let you explain.
So basically, I'll be honest. I couldn't care less who it was that I was seeing play football. I wanted to go to like a major city. So if I was going to go to Spain, I'd want to go to the Bernabeu and see Real Madrid versus Espanyol, or you know, the Nou Camp, or because I like Valencia, I'll go to the Mestalla because I'm a loser. I know the stadium names, but you know, I go to Italy, I go to France, I go to Belgium, whatever country I could get to, I'd go to basically. That for me is like, it would cost a lot of money, but I think it's something as not just an Arsenal supporter, as a football fan, and like just someone who loves the game, to see like the culture and you know what it's like in different countries as well.
And let me ask you this: who is the manager of Valencia?
Javi Gracia is
and
the manager.
Name me one player from Valencia.
Carlos Soler, Gonzalo Guedes.
You know, see, this is just evidence, just so the nation knows. Sam knows so much useless information about football. All right, so you're welcome.
Listen, if I do my world tour, it won't be useless because I'll be able to talk to the locals. So I just won't need to. I won't be able to speak in English in their language.
In English.
Well, I can barely do that. But next topic. I mean, it kind of ties in with that, but it isn't sport related. I never really been one to go travelling as such, but I want to visit each continent,
Oh yeah. So which continents have you been to already?
So I've been to Europe, obviously,
really?
And North America. That's pretty much it. So.
Oh wow. I was having this conversation with Sophie today. Actually, it's funny you say that. Like I feel like I've been all around the world, but I really haven't. Like I mean, I have been in Asia, but that's only Thailand, right? So like,
but still, I haven't been to Asia, so
yeah, I guess it is absolutely mind blowing to see how different. Like, it is almost like entering a different world sometimes. Like.
Exactly, and I think that somewhere that I would really love to go, and it ties in with my thing on got the list out here. The third thing on the list is go to a wildlife safari. I'd like that. I'm a big animal lover, and I think to see elephants, lions, anything like that in their natural habitat would just be it'd be unbelievable. And I've got two which might actually shock you, mate, because I think out of the two of us, you're definitely more of the fitness one out of the two of us. Something that I really, really want to do. I want to run a marathon.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I do not want to ever do that.
I just think that obviously maybe not right now, but it's something that I can aspire to do. Like, I'm the sort of person where if I really, really want to get something done, if I put my head to it, I can do it. Like, I have to be strict to myself for training and things like that. Then why not? Why not do it?
It is, yeah. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of a bucket list. That they have to be, or at least some of them have to be sort of really, sort of pushing, sort of really sort of demanding.
Speaking of demanding, this is only a recent thing. So I saw, obviously in lockdown, you watch loads of crap on TV. Like you just naturally do. Like I've completed Netflix. I moved on to Amazon Prime, mate. Like it's lovely. Mental. So on Amazon Prime, there's a program that Bear Grylls does, which is the world's hardest race, and they go to somewhere in, I think it's in Fiji, and they've got kayaking, deep sea diving, mountain biking, running. Like they do all of this. And obviously, I'm not saying that I can do that right now. You've got to be in a unbelievable physical condition to do that.
Oh yeah.
But I think once I've done the marathon, that's next on the list, mate. World's hardest race. I'm not going to say the year, but here I come.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
Are you going to wear one of them costumes though?
Costume? No. What for a marathon?
Someone like wears a hot dog costume for a
marathon.
Yeah,
no. The thing is, if I was going to do a marathon, I would have to take it so seriously, right? If I'm in the mental state to do a marathon, do you think I'm in the mental state to do a marathon with all the extra weight of a fucking hot dog? Like, no, mate. Like, I'm not. No. I can't do that. That's not on. Like.
Yeah, you look like a silly sausage as well.
Is that what you wanted me to?
Yeah.
Right. Very good.
Well, I wanted to bring up on this podcast because I thought it was quite apparent. How is your second 2.0 lockdown going for you, Samuel?
It's fine. Like the first lockdown, as we mentioned, I'm not going to go into it in the previous podcast, mentally affected me. And if you haven't seen that podcast, Let's Talk episode number 19 is live on YouTube. So feel free to check that out. But 2.0, I'm all good, mate. Like I said, I'm in a positive mindset.
It's definitely episode 20. But carry on.
Episode 20. Sorry, I apologise. Episode 20. Let's Talk. I'm so sorry. There's just so many, mate. Like,
yeah, I know.
Can't keep up. But yeah, like I'm all good. Like we're checking in with each other every day. Like we're talking to my mates, talking to my family, going for a walk, eating well. Like I'm all good. How about you?
I think you've sort of hit the nail on the head there. Like I think a lot of people will be sort of in the same situation as you. They know what lockdown is. This is not new to us. And it's all about sort of dealing with any sort of mental problems. Like, I mean, I try to keep it as busy as I can, and as well make sure I'm eating like good food and exercising, and it does actually just make your body feel good. It just does.
Definitely. No, it does. No, it really does.
So, and it's also quite a positive thing as well. Like I always do it in the mornings because I just know that I can get it out of the way and it's done, and then I can enjoy the day knowing that I've started with something positive. I don't know how people do it in the evening or basically the last thing they do before going to sleep, because at that point I've got my feet up with a biscuit and a tea, Sam. I'm sorry, mate.
And a wine gum.
Potentially a wine gum.
Yeah, Jack is I don't think you'll mind me saying, is obsessed the right word?
I would say connoisseur.
A wine gum connoisseur.
Yes.
And what's your favourite colour wine gum? What are we chatting about, honestly, mate?
We're chatting all about it.
He's done it. He's gone and done it.
I'm not going to go into my top 5 wine gum flavours. I think we'll save that for another episode. I think we'll save that for the
whole wine gum episode.
I think we'll save the top 5 wine gum flavours for the 1,000 subscriber. I think that's what we'll do.
Boys and girls, have you heard
treat
that?
The fans.
Have you heard that? Not only am I going to dye my hair, but Jack is going to do an episode of his top 5 wine gum flavours. Oh, I can't wait. Let's get there now.
Mate,
can't wait.
Everyone that's listening to this podcast, we have 6 weeks left to get Sam to dye his hair dangerous colour, and all we need is 952 more subscribers.
I mean,
That's all we need.
We're not asking for a lot. I mean, just do it now. That's all I'm asking. For God's sake.
It's mental though. If you are watching and you're not subbed, you're off the rails. That's what I say.
It's just I mean, you've got some thinking to do, if I'm honest, because this is the best podcast out there. So
another positive subject I'd like to bring up. We have got a cure for the virus, and it's on its way. It's in the post. Okay. It's not Amazon Prime. It's not Amazon Prime.
Not quite.
But it seems positive. Like I don't want to sound silly, but maybe this is the last lockdown.
I don't know. I mean, I actually was having a conversation the other day, and it is like a really serious point. If it's taken, say, a year overall to get a cure for this virus, why? Obviously I know it's a worse disease, but why is it taking so long to get like a cure for cancer or something like that? Like, do you know what I mean? If they can fast track the process and get a cure for the old virus, is that a silly comment? I don't know. Like, Go on,
No, I
you
wouldn't
can
say.
you can be brutal. Go on.
No, I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say it's a silly comment. I mean, the thing is, you can go down so many different roads with this whole situation. But I feel like that we must be getting some sort of progress in making a vaccination. So, yeah, I mean, all we can do is hope. But I mean, the first lockdown was definitely stricter than this one. Obviously, there's a lot more shops open.
They don't care, mate. Honestly.
I mean,
like,
did you see the paint shop that started selling bread and milk, and they were able to stay open?
That's the thing.
Well,
honestly,
it's not bollocks, because I sort of feel for them, because obviously they've already went through.
Right.
They've endured a lockdown.
I get that. I understand. However, they're a particular business. They're they're selling paint, right? Why are you going to go there to go get your essential bread and milk? Like, it is a bit silly. And where they're getting their bread and milk from Tesco's, and they'll be like, I'm going to reset it in my shop because I'm an absolute lad. I get they need to keep their business going, but the rules, I actually think, like, because the lockdown 1.0 was lifted too early, and they were like, well, you can meet up in groups of 6, and you can do this, and you can do that. People now don't give a fuck. So they're thinking, I'm still going to do this, I'm still going to do that. Fuck the government, basically. That's what they're saying. Like, they don't care. Like, I'll go outside today, right, or maybe tomorrow because it's a bit dark now, and it'll be heaving, mate. It'll be like a bloody summer holiday out there. It's ridiculous. They don't care, and they won't be wearing their masks. But we won't.
Don't get me
started. We won't get you going. We won't get you going
on the masks.
No,
the chin warmers.
Chin warmers. They'll be out.
Can't do it.
Yeah, but people do take the piss, and if I'm honest, I get like. I'm not saying the government can protect us all from the virus, but I just think it's been handled in such a bad way. We reacted so late, and we're basically our downfall is our own fault because we didn't react quick enough. I know this has got very serious, but it's just we're not good enough. Like we're not good enough. So going back to our topic of what we were talking about, bucket list. That was it. Sorry.
The life of the bucket.
Sorry, yeah, the life of the old bucket. When do you? Obviously, you've got a date for the wedding.
Oh yeah.
We're not. Well, if you don't want to share, you don't want. I mean, our 1,000 subscribers by then might want to come. So
yeah.
We won't share the date at this point. But the millions love it. But when do you look to achieve some of the other goals that you've set out on your bucket list?
I would love. I would love to achieve them. Let's say maybe in the next 10 years.
Okay.
There is. I do believe that there is no rush in life. You shouldn't be. I know everyone says life is short, but it really isn't. Like, make sure you do them. Make sure you set out a plan to do them, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to get them done within a certain amount of time. So. It is all about enjoying life, Sam. It's not about being stressed out and putting all that pressure on yourself. And we're now slowly going back into mental health. No. But I'm just saying, like, that's how I see it. Anyway, I just see it as they're nice things. I definitely will do them. And it's also nice to have that. It's nice. Maybe anyone that's listening, maybe it's an idea to just have a few things on your bucket list. Don't have 10 different things, maybe just like three to 5 just small little things, and then maybe 3 big things.
And I think, like, I'll be on, like I said before, I think what we both agreed on is like getting married, having a family, realistically would be, I'd say, on 9 out of 10 people's bucket list, because it is, at the end of the day, that is such a massive part of life anyway. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, reproduction, mate, That's what we're here for at the end of the day.
Evolution, yeah. Evolution,
that's pretty much what we're here for. We're here so in 100 years' time, there's still population, mate.
Yeah, well, I guess it wouldn't be on everyone's, but yeah, I guess on a majority scale, yeah, it would be. But it's interesting. I feel very lucky and I feel very happy, and it's exciting. We've got a venue booked, and now it's just all where the planning starts now. So, it's good, mate. It's good. Also looking forward to the stag. Oi, lads.
I'm looking forward to the stag. I'm looking forward to that. So you have to keep me up to date. with the old plans for the Staggeroonie, because I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Should be good.
So we're going to wrap up now. Okay. Thank you for listening. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have been Jack, and I'm going to say to you, be lucky.
And I'm still Sam, and I'll see you when you're older.